Yeah. Yeah. Back on my bull. Back on my cool. I'm turning it up, they feeling the heat, so they searching for pools. Tripping on me cause I'm doing my thing and they hoping that I'll be the fool. Taking the game and I'm screwing it up while these boys still searching and looking for tools. Playing it cool, faking it's who. Yeah, they look mad cause I'm breaking the rules. Breaking it loose while I'm breaking some news. Give me your pride and I'm breaking that too. They ain't ahead of us. They don't compare to us. They feeling the kick cause they hearing the change like I opened the register. Flexing on tracks cause this thing is not optional. Leg day is coming, I'm jumping the obstacles. Laughing at haters, we thinking it's comical. Yelling outside like we yelling out dominoes. Always be claiming they monsters. Boy, go get you a sponsor. All of that chatting, all of that acting, gon' mess around, get you an Oscar. They calling me Terrence, I hustle and flow. They all on my line cause I'm still in the vote. Your girl all on me cause she feeling the stroke. Make them say whoa when I'm hitting my woe. Talking like I do not got it. You talking like your boy is not it. When you talk, all I hear is yappa, yappa, yada, 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 yada. Most of your favorites ain't dealing with me. Pouring it up like the end of the week. You don't let us in, we still in the keys. We coming from nothing and ending the street. Aiming at throats and taking out knees. They feeling the pressure and know they can't breathe. Winning the races and taking the places and walking they stages like it's a degree. Feel it in your veins, it's a dope flow. Got the whole game in a chokehold. They taking too long, you can't see me now. Put them in boxes like photos. Packing the bags and hitting new land. I do what I want, they do what they can. All in their way, I'm messing up plans. I'm speaking the truth, I keep it a Grant. Waiting for Zell, never will fail. Waist looking slim, she eating her kale. I'm peeping the game and playing it well. She throwing it back like it's way too exhale. Come from the pain, not chasing no fame. I come up with morals, can't slander my name. Taking what's mine and grabbing the flame. Shooting my shot and yelling out game. Know what's real when I'm giving the feel. Can't look back when you turning the wheel. Go get a doctor, I'm giving the chills. Told them to get out, grab the key and they pill. I warn them that I am a factor. Clearing the way for this tractor. Got some new goals, never will fold. Came too far just to back up. Nah, this ain't what you used to. We ain't tripping on nobody, we just moved through. You couldn't keep up, cause my steps too long. It's time to wake them up, they have slept too long. Zell. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up, and we hop out. Talking about some things you was not about. Tell them we don't play like the lockout. Got me feeling like Yeezy on the dropout. Can't deal with no phonies. Flow like baloney. Ain't no game round here, homeboy. This ain't Sony. They said they gon' show me. It's in me, not on me. Ha, you don't know me. Tell the game what's up now. They hating from the bus now. Been doing this to T-Pain. Drop the up, down. Oh, I'm on the hunt now. Tell me what you want now. Yeah, I do my dance when you see me in the touchdown. Yeah, we pull up and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out.
Yeah, if we pulling up, my nigga, let me know. And if the haters hate, we finna let him go. Pull up, pop out, two-step, hit the torpedo. When we do our thing, homie, don't let your shorty go. Everywhere we go, we do the stupid dance. I've been doing this since Soulja Boy taught y'all the Superman. Oh, we showing love, we play the stupid jams. Hit you with them shots and got the kind of aim that Cupid has. We ain't never scared, we don't play about it. Keep the party going, give a damn what they say about it. Gotta keep it simple, this for everybody. Ladies and the homies, it's a function, we don't care about it. Blapping in the whip, got the speakers going crazy. Black party lit, family geeking, getting way. Grannies to the uncles, to the nieces, to the babes. We gon' get it cracking like a weekend.
Yeah, we pull up and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. Yeah, we pull up and we hop out. Do our dance, then we bring the whole block out. I remember when you was crying over tests. You know I held you tight while your head was on my chest. I wanna go back to the times we didn't stress. Everything was black and white, something like a ref. I swear our love is slept on. You can have my left arm. Your friends was talking mess, but you was never crept on. Your mind was saying that, your friends was saying this. I ain't never raised my voice, never once called you a I know as a woman, a lot is on your mind. You thinking about the future, you questioning the time. Well, baby, I'm your answer, let me be right by your side. I wanna see you shine, when you tired, let me drive. I ain't in a rush, girl, you know I got the patience. Remember when we used to picture better situations? I know your past struggles, them other guys wasn't wise. But look into my eyes, I promise it's you and I. Baby, please tell me the truth. Please, no more lies about you. Yeah, you know this feeling isn't cool. How can I be your rock? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? When I look into your eyes, I am not seeing a clue. I know you going through it too. How can I stop loving you? We was at my boy's wedding, celebrating love. Now we sitting here like, what the hell is us? I wanna freeze time for the hours that we rush. I thought we had sparks, but that wasn't what it was. College situations, you know that we have planned it. Out-of-state flights and resorts from when we landed. There's nobody else that I care for in this planet. Kisses on the counter, things I never took for granted. I swear that I can't let you go. You got me all emotional. You used to tell me everything. Now you not approachable. All the laughs that we shared, I thought this never be. Now all we got is missed calls and
Welcome
red
to Royal
receipts.
Rebounds TV with Calvin and Barry. Just two crazy fans of the Sacramento Kings and they sharing their opinion. So be sure that you subscribe. It's for the fans, by the fans. Whether you chilling on the couch or wildin' in the stands. For laid back conversations about the Kings, subscribe here. Staying down until we come up thinking this gon' be our year. We're here, drinking beer, talking about the Kings. Be sure you subscribe so you can hear that bell ring, yeah.
What's up, Kings fans? Welcome back to Royal Rebounds, the Sacramento Kings YouTube channel for fans, by fans. Unfortunately, the Sacramento Kings lose tonight, 123-116 to the Golden State Warriors. Ouch. This
Ouch is right, man.
hurt.
Feel like I just got a bowl cut. That's like a
Yeah.
twist the knife while it's in there, bro.
I'm with Double O. This one really hurt, Calvin, and I definitely want to talk about that in a little bit. But hey, you're back from vacation. Welcome back.
I'm here, thank you.
How's it feel? How's the weather?
The weather's fantastic, man. I am so glad not to be freezing my ass off anymore. Looks like a dork. Dude, guys, we're in this together. Why are you piling on me all of a sudden? I'm a Kings fan, remember? It's not like I'm a Warriors fan or anything.
Dude, my hair is apparently horrible too. Look at it. I look like Chris Farley after rolling down the hill. Yes, I do need a haircut. And hopefully I will be getting one soon. But hey, welcome in everybody. Shout out to all my Royal family out there. I see Dennis is here, Matthew. Shout out to Just Blue for joining the Royal family. Good to see you. Callum is here. Tito, Bouncer, of course. Urslow, D-Fox Collector. Good to see you all. Brooklyn is here. Make sure you smash up that like button, hit that subscribe button. We are live after every single Kings game. We give you a shoulder to cry on or someone to have a beer with. Wendy, good to see you. Cole, good to see you. Ricky says Kings can win on Friday. I fucking hope so, Ricky. Jesus
Finally.
Christ.
Somebody was
game,
a little bit, a sliver of positivity.
dude, it's hard to be positive.
Oh, I
after
know
this
it
loss,
is.
Calvin. It hurts,
I know it
bro.
is, but look, it's a 7-game series.
It is. But dude, this one hurt. This one hurt really bad.
It absolutely does hurt.
I'm going to put the
I
hoodie
mean,
on.
games 2 and 3 hurt too also. Or 3 and 4,
Three and
I
four.
should say.
Not like
Hurt
this
as
game,
well.
though. Not like this game. I have to say, personally, this one hurt me a lot. I had Warriors fans sitting in my bar all day long just talking, dude. Oh, my God. I'm tired of listening to stupid Warriors fans talk. Worst fan base in the NBA. By far. I had these Warriors fans sitting today telling me about they're staring at the Marriott. Thank God I don't go to the Marriott. And they were sitting at the bar hanging with some people from Chicago, and they're asking them, how does it feel that Curry is now a better player than Michael Jordan and all this stuff? And they're going off on all these stats, and my brain just hurts talking to all these people. And so then our resident Warriors fan, Pat, shows up, and I'm telling him the story, and he goes, well, you know, if Curry wins 4 more championships, he'll be in, you know, and I'm like, what do you mean? It's crazy, dude. They win a couple of championships.
4 more finals.
They win a couple championships. All the brain cells just go right out the door. These Warriors fans are so entitled, Calvin. I'm sick of them, dude. I am sick of them.
There's no argument there from me.
But hey, welcome into the show,
I'm
everybody.
focused on Game 6.
Yeah.
That's what you got to be right now.
Yeah, welcome into the show, everybody. Hopefully you're having a fantastic Wednesday. We'll talk about the show. We'll break it down a little bit here, but I'm in a lot of pain, so I might be sipping on some beers, and I apologize for any cuss words that might come out tonight because I'm fucking hurting, Calvin. Anyways, Kings lose tonight.
You won't get a technical. So let him fly.
Yeah, call me Draymond Green. Kings lose tonight, 123-116. Let's go over the box score. So, Domantas Sabonis, 36 minutes of action, 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 4 assists. 5 personal fouls for him tonight. Harrison Barnes, rough night for Harrison Barnes. 3 of 6 from the field. All those came in the second half of this game. 33 minutes, 13 points, 3 rebounds, an assist. 10 points for Keegan Murray in 35 minutes of action. 4 or 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from 3-point range. Would have liked to see him get a couple more shots up. De'Aaron Fox, 42 minutes, 9 of 25, 3 of 10 from 3-point range, 24 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. You all know about the fractured finger, index finger on the left hand. Didn't seem to bother him early on in the game. Definitely affected him late. We'll talk about that. Kevin Huerter still missing in action. 16 minutes tonight. He gets benched, I think, for the whole second half of this game, Calvin. Only plays 16 minutes, 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 points off the bench for Trey Lyles, 3 for Alex Len, 10 for Davion Mitchell, who shoots 8 threes in this game, 2 of 8 from 3-point range, and 21 points for Malik Monk. Roller coaster for Malik Monk. Looks like he went down with a knee injury, was going to be carted off the court, comes back, helps bring the Kings back into this game, and then, of course, we fall apart there at the end. Calvin, I think I got a little bit ahead of myself because I didn't even ask you your first thoughts on the game.
Oh, that's okay. It's getting heated in here, so I understand. I mean, my first thoughts on the game are the same as everybody else's, right? Like, this was a heartbreaking game to lose. A roller coaster ride from start to finish. You know, the Kings came out, couldn't really have asked for a better start in this game. Keegan Murray, super aggressive. They're playing fast. They're scoring before Golden State's defense gets set. With that type of a start from a guy like Keegan, who could really swing the tide of a game, you know, if he ends up playing really big, you felt really, really good. And then Fox hits his first 3 threes. Seems like the splint on his finger is not going to be a problem going forward. I mean, whether or not,
and then the medication
it was
wore
an
off.
issue with medication. He probably jammed it at some point. I mean, it's a finger. Like, you're going to have issues with that. Sabonis' fracture is not on the tip either.
Yeah.
I just want to bring that up. It's more towards the bottom portion of the thumb on a non-shooting hand. I'm not trying to take anything away from what Domas has done all season long playing through that, but very, very different, especially for a guard. If you're going to be reaching in, you're probably going to hit the ball right on the tip of that finger. So I don't know if there was one particular play or whatever happened throughout the course of the game that aggravated that injury for Fox, maybe made him, got him in a little bit more pain. But yeah, bottom line is we are all in pain now because that was just a rough game. It was a great game to watch if you're a basketball fan.
Yeah.
I mean, the frenetic pace of this game, back and forth, the amount of big-time shots that were made from both teams in this game, it was a really excellent playoff basketball game to watch from a non-biased perspective. It hurts a lot if you're the Kings to lose this game at home. But, hey, I mean, this is what the playoffs are all about, right?
Yep.
Like, I realize that it looks bleak going back to Golden State for Game 6.
It ain't
They're
over
the
yet.
defending champions, all of that stuff. But this series is not over yet. I mean, the Kings, all they have to do is win one game on the road, and then you get a game 7 at home, and who knows what can happen. So
You make it sound so easy, Cal.
well, it's not the first time that that's been done, right?
Yeah,
like
that's true.
I mean, just to think that it's physically impossible to win one game against the Warriors on the road, I get it. But Cole makes a good point. All of these games, except for game 3, which got away from them late, they've all been extremely close, extremely tight, highly contested from start to finish. And it comes down to executing at the end. And look, those back-to-back turnovers with 3 minutes left in the game, those were the 2 most important plays of the game, in my opinion, for Sacramento. They were bad turnovers. It's not, you're going to the basket and you draw a charge because you're trying to be aggressive and you put up looking for an and one or something. Bad decisions, bad passes in a critical moment like that. And the Warriors took full advantage of every single one of them.
Yeah, I mean, for me, this comes down to the Kings didn't have Mr. Clutch. They didn't have the clutch player of the year in clutch time. He didn't look like himself. He didn't look comfortable. He didn't look happy. You saw him grabbing his finger. Whether the meds wore off or what, I'm not quite sure. But he wasn't there. He wasn't available. Physically he was, but he was not himself at the end of this game. And that's what the Kings really, really needed to close out games. Shout out to Matthew here. Matthew, if you want to call in on the show, all you got to do is go over to Twitter, follow us, Royal_Rebounds. You can click on our profile picture. It's got a little blue circle around it right now. You can join the Twitter space and you can request to come up on stage. And that's how you can have your voice heard and you can hang out and talk with us. I was going to say something else, Calvin. Oh, a couple really deceptive stats in this game. I mean, I'm looking at Steph Curry's stats here. 2 of 10 from three-point range. For a moment in this game, it seemed like the dude was making everything from three-point range. Yes, a couple of those were a little bit over the line, so it was a 2 instead of a 3.
I think his first one he made was a bank also.
Yeah. But 2 of 10, 20% from three-point range for the greatest shooter of all time. Yes, he is the greatest shooter of all time, but I'm just saying that's a little deceptive. Also, wanted to shout out Domas Sabonis. Didn't seem to be really engaged offensively. Like, they took away his game, his passing ability, but 21 points. That's a lot of points for Domas Sabonis. And sneaky good, I guess.
I mean, statistically, this was... I think you could make a case for it being Sabonis' best game of the series. Double-double, 21 and 10 with 3 steals, 1 block. The thing that the Warriors have done a really good job on the Kings in this series is the Kings are not getting as many assists to score their baskets in these games. Only 22 today. And Sabonis particularly, they've done an excellent job, the Warriors have, on the dribble handoff. They've taken those lanes away from them. They're basically saying, we want you to be aggressive and we want you to try to beat us yourself by scoring yourself. We're not going to give you these easy dump-off passes to other guys and set them up. And that's been a huge, huge thing in this series for the Kings, who they've still found ways to score the ball, but not as efficiently and prolifically as they've done all season long. I mean, 126? They've had a 126 game in this series, but 116 tonight, 104, I think, in one of the games.
Yeah.
It's been...
And they had like 40 points in the first quarter of this game.
Yeah. The Warriors' defense, as the game and the series has gone along and gotten deeper, has been really, really good. And they've forced guys like Fox and Monk to beat them one-on-one. And Fox and Monk have done that to, on certain possessions or certain plays. But this Kings offense all year long has been predicated on move the ball a lot like we see the Warriors do, executing very, very well in those situations. And they've completely cut off the dribble handoff, which is why I think the Kings should go back to more of a traditional pick and roll.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see that.
I think that would be a great way to beat that.
So game 1, defense. Kings score 126. Game 2, 114. Game 3, 97. Game 4, 125. Tonight, 116 for the Kings. So they've been kind of a little all over the place. Another stat I wanted to throw out there, the Golden State Warriors, have not won a single series that they've been down 0-2 in this era of the Golden State Warriors, Steph Curry, Draymond Green, Klay Thompson. Pretty amazing to think about. They've not won a series when they were down 0-2.
Well, to their credit, they haven't been in that situation either.
Not a lot. Also, Warriors shot 63% from the free throw line tonight. That's pretty wild. How many times do you see a Golden State Warriors team shoot less than 70% from the free throw line?
Not very often.
Kings definitely needed to capitalize on this game. But like I said, Mr. Fox was not himself late in the fourth quarter. I see a lot of people here in the chat. They want to talk about Kevin Huerter. The dude has been absolutely struggling. We saw him hit, 1-3 in this game? I believe he was...
Yes, a deep one. And, Nicole, I would love that.
Let me just double check here. Yeah, 1 of 4. I think that made him like 4 of 24 or something in the series from three-point range. He's definitely struggling. Give me your thoughts on Kevin Huerter.
It's just a really unfortunate time to go back into a shooting slump. I think that, like I said before, that the Warriors have done a really good job at chasing not just Kevin Huerter, but every Kings wing player off of these screens, forcing them to take tough contested shots. That being said, Huerter's had a lot of wide open looks at the basket in this series, and he just hasn't been able to knock them down from three. In games 2 and 3, he did a much better job at trying to be proactive when those shots weren't falling and trying to get to the rim. I think 15 points in game 2, 13 in game 3 or something like that, which, it's not great, but that's enough when you combine everything else on this team in order to get a win. But if the three-point shot is not going to fall, this is a really bad series matchup for him defensively. He is way too foul-prone, can't really stay with guys on the perimeter. He does a good job recovering in certain cases, but against a team like the Warriors where they spread you out with so many quick, small guards who are great shooters or good wings, he is just constantly having to try to play catch-up defensively.
Yeah.
And maybe that's having an effect on him offensively. He's not able to get his legs under him as well shooting. But the bottom line is he's just in a big-time shooting slump. And then when you combine that with fouls or not being able to stay with guys, Malik Monk, we talked a lot about him during the regular season not being a great defender and not being able to stay with guys. But the reason that he's been effective in this series is because he can score. Yeah. He's been able to hit threes. He's gotten to the rim a lot. He's their best free throw shooter. And he's made big plays and big shots late in games. That's the difference right now, and that's why Malik is playing and Kevin is not.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. And just to point out a couple of things here, I know some Kings fans earlier said that he struggles in the playoffs. Kevin Huerter in 2021-2022 postseason with the Atlanta Hawks, he averaged 34.7% from three-point range, 11 points per game on about 5.5 attempts. Last year in the playoffs, 29% from three-point range on about 6 attempts. This year, 14% from three-point range. So I think this is just a shooting slump. This has nothing to do with the playoffs in terms of, like, he's not a playoff performer, but maybe the intensity in this year's playoffs, it could be affecting him, maybe chasing people around on defense. Maybe it's a mental thing. I'm not really quite sure. I would like to see Kevin get back on track, but while he's not shooting, dude, you can't put him out there on the court.
And he hasn't been.
Yeah.
He hasn't. Has he played, late in the fourth quarter in any game of this series? I'm not sure he has.
Not that I can remember. The first game is a little hazy for me. But yeah, really, really unfortunate. The Kings need to start making some shots. There was a point in this game, Calvin, where I was in the group text and I said, if the Kings can make some threes, they're going to run away with this game. And then they just couldn't make anything, which is really, really tough. I want to talk about Draymond Green. 20-point game for him tonight. I believe 21. First time he's had 20 in a game since 2019. Obviously, this is his first game back in Golden One Center since the ejection. Cowbells were in full effect tonight. Draymond Green was playing well. What are your thoughts on Draymond?
Draymond was the X factor of this game for me. Honestly, he really was. Klay Thompson was great for the majority of this game, and he made some unbelievably tough shots.
Yeah.
But that's what Klay Thompson does. I mean, at this point, that's just par for the course, right? I think the Warriors don't win this game if Draymond Green doesn't come out and have, by far and away, like 1,000,000,000% his best game of the series.
Yeah.
He hit shot after shot after shot, contested shot. I mean, that drive to the right hand and one late in the game. He pretty much just threw the ball at the basket and it went in. Like, you expect Klay Thompson to hit that shot. You expect Steph Curry to hit that shot. You do not expect Draymond Green to hit that shot.
Yep.
He was killing them without them forcing him to take threes, and he was really big for them defensively as well. So,
do you think that the suspension for Draymond Green, not that it was a good thing for the Warriors, but do you think that was a good thing for Draymond in general? Because, I mean, this is a guy that when the Warriors were in their prime, he was hitting threes, he was doing the little things, he was making some shots, he was not a liability. The past few years, he hasn't been that guy. Of course, we saw that tonight. It is only one game. But do you think that maybe engaged him a little bit more?
Maybe. I don't think that somebody like Draymond Green, who's played in way bigger playoff games and finals games than any game in this series, needs a suspension to be more
motivated.
But
seems like it motivated him. Maybe we should suspend Herter.
Maybe we should. That doesn't mean that it wouldn't motivate you, if you get suspended like that.
Yeah.
I think it's more the decision of Steve Kerr to bring him off the bench even after the suspension.
Draymond says it was his idea.
Of course Draymond says that was his idea. Of course he does. And maybe it was his idea, but Steve Kerr still has to follow through on that and game plan for that, right?
Yep.
That, I think, is the bigger thing for me than the suspension, because Draymond Green is not a newcomer to getting suspended in the playoffs.
No, he's not.
So does that make you want to come back and play better afterwards? Yeah, absolutely it does.
Yeah. What do you think about Draymond standing in Tony Brothers' face and screaming at him?
I'm surprised he wasn't teed up.
And Tony Brothers walks away.
Yeah.
He's the one that
not only walks away, but fist bumps him as he walks away.
Did he do that?
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. And what's the difference between what De'Aaron Fox did? No fist bump?
I guess.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean,
the difference is De'Aaron Fox, and I want to preface this with, I'm not saying that it's right.
Yeah.
But the difference is Fox did it during gameplay. Draymond Green waits until there's a stoppage in play to go over, and yes, he does yell at him. But look, I mean, he should have been teed up. He absolutely should have. Anybody who thinks the Kings lost the game because Draymond Green didn't get a technical, I have no words for you. That's not why they lost this game.
Yeah, you're right. It is not why they lost the game. However, it is it's a little demoralizing.
It's unfortunate.
As a team and as a fan. I mean, like, as a fan just watching that, I feel bad. But imagine if you're a player, especially if you're a guy like De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
And you just got teed up earlier. Now you have to keep your cool, and you got to kind of quiet your fire a little bit because you don't want to get kicked out of the game. And then you see this guy who's been doing it for 10-plus years of just screaming in people's faces. Yes, he's got a couple suspensions, but he's got to have, like, the longest leash in NBA history.
It's very long.
And he got a fist bump after it. That's the craziest part to me, Calvin. I'm going to rewatch that play because that makes me even more angry.
Yeah.
Why?
It sucks.
Why?
It sucks.
Why?
He's been there before. That's not an excuse. That's not a it's right or wrong answer. But, he and Tony Brothers have had many of these conversations and arguments before.
And Tony Brothers like, I just know who he is. That's just Draymond.
I guess.
That's how he goes.
I mean, that's, you talk about reputation, right? We saw it negatively affect Draymond Green in the suspension.
Yeah.
here it positively affects him because
Which
all
Warriors
he's
fans-
doing is arguing, right?
Warriors
He's not
fans
kicking anybody in the nuts.
Still say that
He's
that's
not-
Sabonis' fault.
Yes.
I got in this today with a person that was like, well, if Sabonis hadn't grabbed his foot, this would have never happened.
Yeah.
And I said, well, if the Kings had never made the playoffs, and I could go down that street all day long,
Yeah.
Calvin. I'll point out every single house on that street. Well, if Sabonis was never born, he would have never got stomped on by Draymond Green. I don't like that game. This stupid game.
I agree. I mean, look, these officials have been reffing games that Draymond has played for however many years now, right? He always talks to them that way. That's not a new thing for them.
Matthew.
To them, it's just a normal conversation.
I don't see you on Twitter Spaces. You got to be on your phone, and I got to see you on stage, bro. I don't even see you on Twitter Spaces. So you got to go to our Twitter Space, and then in the bottom left corner, there should be a request button, but it has to be on your phone. It can't be on a tablet or a desktop. But yeah, I'm tired of Draymond Green.
We're all tired of him.
It's like, I don't know what else to say. Like,
But he was big for them today.
he was, because he's got the longest leash in NBA history. Like, I don't understand. I don't understand how anybody can justify how he's treated differently. And yes, he has, don't get me wrong, he's been suspended a few times for things that he's done. But, like, he gets away with so much stuff. So much stuff. He yells at players. He yells at refs. He yells at the crowd. And he is very, very, very sparingly punished for those.
I would say most NBA players are.
Yeah? You going to pull that?
I'm being serious. Like,
Okay.
Rasheed Wallace is the only person I know of off the top of my head that could get a technical without saying a word.
Yeah.
The only player I've ever seen like that.
Yeah, but Draymond Green could say 1,000 words and not get a technical.
Exactly.
I don't understand it. Like, I just... What does he say? Does he say, like, no offense before he starts yelling at people?
I highly doubt that's what he says.
I don't understand how you preface yelling in somebody's face for them to, like, okay. And then I've never seen, like, the official walk away. You know, like, normally the official's the one that stands there and they're like, get out of my face. Like, you do something else, like, it's going to be a technical. The official walks away and, like you said, fist bumps him. Hey, man, we're good. You got this, bro.
Well, to be clear, the fist bump didn't come after he walked away.
Okay.
Or as he was walking away.
When did it come?
It was after that. Like, they came back over at some point. Draymond said something. Maybe he said, I'm sorry.
Oh, my God. Yeah. Oh, shout out to Dennis here. I also want to congratulate the Miami Heat, the A seed taking down the 1 seed. Calvin, there goes your Milwaukee Bucks.
I am never picking the Milwaukee Bucks to win the championship ever again.
Yeah.
However, I don't give a shit because Jimmy Butler is one of my favorite players, and he's been fucking incredible. Absolutely incredible. 42 again tonight. He literally just put that team on his back and beat the best team in the NBA.
I don't want everybody
Supposedly.
to unsubscribe from the channel here, but I'm a low-key Miami Heat fan. That's my East Coast team, Calvin.
Oh, come on. That's not going to make anybody unsubscribe.
I'm a Kings fan at heart. I'm a low-key Miami Heat fan. That's my East Coast team. And I'm feeling great about it. It doesn't make up for tonight's loss. It does not at all. I'm still feeling the pain, and this is horrible. But, hey, I just want to say, yeah, Nicole, that is a good conspiracy theory. Jimmy Butler is the son of Michael Jordan. I believe it. I actually met Jimmy Butler here in Maui. But I do want to kind of just shift this whole thing. I know I've been complaining. I've been yelling this whole time. Of course, I don't get a technical. My name is Draymond Green. But I want to shift it positive, Calvin. Let's talk about the positives. As you mentioned, honestly, I didn't think the Kings would get a win or 2 wins in this series against the reigning champ Golden State Warriors. They have 2 wins. They have a chance to win Game 6, force a Game 7 at home in Golden One Center. We'll see how De'Aaron Fox's finger is feeling. Maybe they'll give him a little bigger dose next time on Friday. But, Calvin, tell me about the game on Friday. Make me feel better, please.
Well, I mean, all of these games have been close, except for Game 3. The Kings have been, in these games, they've been, competing with the defending champions. They haven't seemed like the moment is too big for them. They haven't, regressed back to Sacramento basketball like everybody else outside of Northern California thought they would. Fox has been great. I know the injury is not ideal, but he started off this game really well, so at least he gives you, the idea that he can still play a little bit with this injury, and it's not going to affect him too much. Keegan Murray was really good in Golden State. It comes down to the little things, right? Second chance points, second chance opportunities, offensive rebounds, turnovers. We've talked about that all series long. These teams are so similar and so competitive or so closely contested to each other that those hustle plays, those late game situations, those are what comes down to making or breaking every game. I mean, 19 turnovers, and the Warriors get 19 points off of those turnovers.
Yep.
You're going to turn the ball over in this series because these teams are playing. I needed oxygen just watching the game today.
Yeah.
That's how crazy and frenetic this series has been. But all you need to do is win one game on the road. And then you get Game 7 where anything can happen in your building, where it's going to be loud and the cowbells are going to be ringing. So, and they've won games or they've beaten this team despite Steph Curry being Steph Curry. Klay Thompson's been really good for them for the most part all series long. Andrew Wiggins has gotten better and better. They've still been in positions to win late in games in this series despite all of that, despite everyone saying there's no way they can beat the defending champs. This is what the Warriors do. They're going to go on this run. I mean, if you ask the Warriors right now, they don't think this series is over just because of this game. Well, they're going to say that.
Yeah.
But I guarantee you that they're going to tell you that this is a real team and this is real competition here. This is not just, we're the Kings and we're lucky to be here and we got lucky to win the first two games.
That's how I feel.
Well,
that's honestly how I feel, man.
Really?
It is. Yeah.
I think that they've played this team really, really well the entire series. There's been, I'll say, 2.5 quarters where the Warriors have outplayed them exponentially, and that was in Game 3. Other than that, it's been a dogfight the entire way. So it's a demoralizing loss, but you've got to be able to come back. This is the playoffs. You're going to have demoralizing losses in the playoffs, whether you get blown out or whether you win or lose. Excuse me, at the buzzer. Yeah. That happens, and you have to be able to fight through that in order to win a playoff series. Yeah, I mean, this is not the 76ers against the Nets, where the Nets were so clearly outmatched. Even when they played their absolute best basketball, they were up by maybe 4 or 5 points.
You're right.
That is not the case in this series.
You're right. And that says a lot, because this is the reigning champs against the Sacramento Kings. Shout out to Jose and Gothen for joining in. Appreciate you both. And also, Dennis, thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. If the Kings win Game 6, I will lose my mind. I'm with you, and maybe I'll be there at Game 7. If they go to Game 7, I might just have to do it. Also, shout out to Gothen. Congratulations. 1 month membership for Gothen. Gothen, keep putting in the hard work, buddy. Your avatar should be changing very, very soon. And also, appreciate you for the super chat. Thank you so much. I saw JN here said that the Kings are going to get blown out on Friday night. He said that today was the demoralizing loss that deflated the team, and season's over.
I just don't see them getting blown out. I really don't.
I hope not, Cal. I hope not. Because I don't want to be negative, but, I mean, like I said, I'm happy to be here. I did not think the Kings were going to be this good this year. I think we're ahead of schedule. I'm happy to be in the playoffs. I'm happy we got a couple wins.
That's all off-season talk, though.
Yeah.
They're still in this series.
Yeah, I know. But I'm an emotionally damaged Kings fan, Calvin.
Of course.
I've been emotionally damaged, and I got to kind of reduce my expectations a little bit so that I don't get hurt like I am right now. Because I thought they had a chance to win this game.
We've had reduced expectations all season long.
I thought they had a chance
It's
to win this game,
two games left. They did have a chance to win this game.
Yeah.
They did.
And they lost, and they didn't. They lost.
They did not win.
Which brings me to another point. I kind of want to talk about this. Klay Thompson. I used to love Klay Thompson. I thought he was awesome. Now, every time you see the guy, he looks angry about something. Whether it's they called a foul. Apparently, he never commits a foul. Because every single time they call a foul on him, he's shaking his head. He's looking around.
That's every NBA player.
He makes a shot. He's angry. Like, I don't know why Klay got so angry in the past couple years, because I used to love Klay Thompson. And I liked the Warriors because outside of Draymond Green, I felt like they were very grounded. They were very respectful. They were kind of the underdogs. And now I just feel like this last championship that they just won got to their heads. Like, I'm surprised Klay Thompson can even walk out on the court without falling over. His head is so big. The dude is, I don't even know what to say. Not a Klay Thompson fan anymore.
I still like Klay Thompson. Not right now, not during this series, but I've always liked Klay's game.
I like his game, but dude, it just maybe is contagious from the whole team now.
I mean, he's not the only one, though. Their entire team, even Steph.
Yeah. Bunch of a-holes.
But look, I mean, you win 4 championships. I don't know.
If that's what happens, I don't know if I want the Kings to start winning championships, Calvin. If I turn into a Golden State Warriors fan, if all my teammates or my team turns into assholes, like, is that really what we want? Is that the goal here?
You're still going to take 4 championships. Come on.
I will, but it's like, is that what comes with it? Is that really what comes with it?
Well, it's not just that, right? It's that they had all the injuries, and then KD leaves, and, everyone said, well, the dynasty's over, and they came back and won again. I think that's why their heads are so big, because they were able to come back and win another championship despite all the negative things that happen, and everyone saying it's over, it's over, it's over. So,
and then they need someone in the back of their head to be like, hey, Kevin Love and Kyrie were both injured. You guys won. Then you guys took out Kawhi Leonard. What else happened? Like, it seemed like every single year, Chris Paul, every year they were down, and then somehow somebody got injured. Now they're losing to the Kings. They break De'Aaron Fox's finger, and then they have a chance to win this game. It's crazy. It is really, really crazy to me, Calvin. It is crazy. But, yeah, Wiggins is back. Wiggins is looking good.
He's played really, really well. Better and better every game.
They should never got Wiggins. Like, how the hell are you going to be able to sign KD when you already have 3 max players, and then KD wants to leave and you trade him for an all-star? That's kind of weird. Like, have you ever heard of that, Calvin? Where, like, a team is losing one of the best players in the league that decides to sign with another team, and they're like, oh, we'll just trade you an all-star. And then they trade that guy for Andrew Wiggins.
It must be nice.
I mean,
that when you have great players, you're in that position. So
it is crazy. It just, like, the Golden State Warriors, they remind me of, like, that kid that, like, had everything in life, like, all the time, and he's just used to everything and doesn't take, I don't want to say, like, doesn't appreciate things, but, like, his head is too big, I guess. I don't know. I think it's the fans. The fans are what I'm angry at.
Maybe.
Fans, Draymond Green. I don't like Draymond Green. Dude, I'll make this podcast go 3 hours.
I don't like Draymond Green
talking about Draymond Green. And don't get me wrong, Draymond had a great game tonight. The dude is a hell of a basketball player. He really, really is. But it's the other stuff that I really don't like. And the biggest thing for me is I don't like how he is officiated different than everybody else. That is what pisses me off the most.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really easy to dislike Draymond Green from an outside perspective. Like, if you're a Warriors fan, you love Draymond because you say, oh, well, he gives this team an identity and an edge, and, you know, he's our emotional leader and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But it's really easy. Dennis Rodman on the Bulls was the exact same thing. Everyone loved to hate him.
I love Dennis Rodman.
Exactly. You love to hate him.
Yeah, No, I love him. I don't.
Well,
love to
if
hate
your
him.
team was playing him in a 7-game series, you would hate him.
Yeah, probably.
But he was that same type of person. And the Bulls were a dynasty and a dominant team in the 90s. And the Warriors are the same thing.
But I also think, like, Dennis Rodman's a good person, like, outside of basketball.
You know Dennis Rodman so well, you're able to say that.
No, but he's not punching his teammates. He's not punching his teammates. That's the craziest thing for me.
Not that we know of.
You know, I was talking to a Warriors fan a couple days ago, and they were trying to say that this Warriors dynasty, all they ever had was Steph Curry, and that Draymond Green and Klay Thompson were role players, and what'd they say? Kevin Durant. I'm trying to remember how they phrased it. They said something like, "Oh, Kevin Durant came here just so that he could ride our coattails to a couple rings and left. He was never the best player on this team." And all, dude, it's crazy, all these things they're saying, dude. They're making me go crazy, I think. Is Klay Thompson a role player?
Not in my opinion.
Is Draymond Green a role player?
He is now.
Yeah, maybe now.
He is now.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. It's wild. Steph Curry's got one Finals MVP, and he's better than Michael Jordan.
Steph Curry is not better than Michael Jordan. He's a great player, but
I just don't understand how their brains work. Like, did they lose? Like, if you wear a Warriors jersey, like, the brain cells just like shoot out of your head, or like, how does this happen?
well, winning does that to people. I mean,
Yeah, they've been celebrating too much.
just ask anyone that was born in Boston in the last 20 years.
Bouncer loves how Calvin fixed his haircut. Actually, I fixed it, Bouncer, but you're welcome.
This is a I had it. It's gotten a little time to grow out a little bit. But
Yeah, I guess you did fix it. Technically, that is you, right? Because you fixed it.
Nicole's from Boston.
How's it feeling?
So she
though?
knows that.
How's it feeling?
It feels good. It's so funny. Everyone asks me that. Oh, how does it feel?
Yeah.
How does it feel? How does it feel to have short hair again? And I'm like, well, I had short hair for like 30 years, so it feels normal. Like,
You're aging yourself, Calvin. I had somebody ask me today, one of my managers, she's like, "Do you want me to braid your hair?" And I was like, "Fuck no, I don't want you to braid my hair. My hair," I said, "that hurts. I should braid my hair when my hair was long."
your hair right now, you can't braid that.
Yeah, no.
Kidding me?
No, but I think she was just messing with me. But I'm like, no, I don't want my hair braided. It hurts, dude. You're lucky you never got your hair braided, because that hurts. But I think what everyone wants to know, Calvin, is what's the hair plan?
There's no hair plan.
Do you have a haircut scheduled? Or are you just letting it go? Like, what's the plan here?
I mean, technically, I guess I have to grow it out as long as the Kings are in the playoffs, because I bet you that I would do whatever haircut again if they won the NBA championship. But
Oh, so you were happy about tonight's game.
old man look? You guys, I just don't understand. You're attacking me like I'm Draymond Green or something here because of my hair. I'm the
Bryce.
one that put my hair on the line for the Kings this season, albeit in an opposite fashion of what you would expect for a fan.
Bryce
but
has got a
I
good
stood
statement
up for myself and my words here.
Bryce has got a good question for you.
No, I've been saying the series is not over the whole fucking night.
Yeah.
It's not over.
Bryce, I'm emotionally damaged over
It
here.
ain't over
and I'm
until
a little
it's
worried.
over.
I'm worried, dude. The sky is falling. I'm not going to lie. I will run around and shout the sky is falling, because it's falling right now. It's falling right now. And I'm sorry. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. I don't want the sky to fall. I don't want the sky to fall, but it's falling right now, Calvin.
It might be falling right now, but, Simotas has some strong shoulders. He's so strong, yeah. Maybe he can hold the sky up for us.
I would love that. And that's one thing I was predicting tonight. Is that I was like, the Kings need a big game out of Domas Sabonis. Yeah. And one thing I really liked tonight out of Sabonis's game was he was taking those elbow jumpers. I would have loved for him to take a couple more, but Draymond Green's been sagging off of him way too much, where Domas is up there and he's got the ball and nobody's open and he's open. And I'm like, just shoot the shot, bro. Like, you've been making these all year long. Shoot the shot. He did it tonight.
He did take it more today, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
He
was way more deliberate with his decisions tonight, which I thought was really good. That's something we talked about at the end of Game 4. Not being – the Warriors are asking him to – they're forcing him to overthink things.
Yep.
And they're taking away a lot of the movement and off-ball movement that the Kings have had so much success with all year long. I thought that Sabonis was much better today in terms of taking what the defense gives you. You know, sometimes basketball is a very complicated game. Sometimes it's a very easy game, and you have to take what the defense gives you.
Yep. Shout out to Nicole here for the super chat. It ain't about how hard you're hit. It's about how hard you can hit and keep moving forward. I agree, and that reminds me of one of my favorite quotes, Calvin. It's not the size of the dog in the fight. It's the size of the fight in the dog. Also, shout out to Matthew. He figured out how to work his phone, and he is live on Twitter Spaces. Matthew, hit that button in the bottom left corner. Let's hear from you, buddy.
Hey.
Hey.
There he is.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my God. You're live.
We have a first here on Royal Rebounds.
This is 53rd
No,
time.
this is the second time I called in. You guys just didn't make it go through Twitter Spaces before.
Oh,
that's right. We're asking a lot of you now.
You called in the number when we had the number live. I'm sorry. I forgot about that.
So I tried to use Twitter Spaces through the computer. That didn't work. I tried to use it through the phone. That also didn't work because I was using the browser. So I had to get the app and then use Twitter Spaces.
Hell yeah, dude. Extra effort. I love it.
Here you are.
Yeah.
So give me your thoughts on the game tonight, Matthew, because I know you watch the show all the time. I am feeling a little hurt right now. How are you feeling?
Well, there's a lot of stuff going on, but I am curious if we're just not hitting shots for no particular reason, or if they're just like doing an amazing job on defense, or what is going on, because it seems like we're just gone from first offense ever to whatever we are right now.
Calvin, what do you think?
I would say there's a little bit of both in that statement. I mean, the Kings have missed a lot of wide open shots that you would think a lot of these guys would normally hit. But I think you also have to take into account how much they're having to work on defense. You know, these two teams are so similar in terms of making guys work off the ball, on defense, all of that stuff. This has been a really fast-paced series, up and down, up and down. Guys are playing big minutes. I mean, it is, some of it is the Warriors playing really good D. They're, like I mentioned before, they're doing a great job on these dribble handoffs, taking the initial look that the Kings want to get away and forcing them to go into more of a one-on-one isolation type play late in the shot clock. But the Kings are also having to work really, really hard, like everybody does on defense when you play a team like the Warriors. I mean, the amount of pick and rolls that they put you in, the off-ball movement, Klay Thompson and Steph Curry, you know, it's well documented how many miles per game he runs and area of the court that he covers. Over the course of a 48-minute game in a 7-game series, that's going to take a toll on your legs.
Yep.
So I think it is a little bit of both.
And I'm going to throw in some playoff jitters in there also.
Yeah, sure.
What do you think, Matthew?
Well, I just don't know enough about basketball, but I'm curious if that means, like, hopefully as we get older and as we get used to it, we get better at it. But
Yes.
I'd hate to think that these guys that we are excited about, are invested in, aren't able to be super useful in playoff time down the road.
Yeah, no, I definitely wouldn't take anything from this series and say this is as far as the Kings are ever going to go. This is what De'Aaron Fox is going to look like in the playoffs from now on. Like, I think that this is a young team with not very much experience. They're leaning on their head coach, and this is as far as he's taken them. And I think they're going to continue to get better as they get older, as they get more experience. I mean, in any time you do something you haven't done before, of course, there are those people that are just amazing at it the first time they do it, but that's not normal. So I think as you continue to do things, as you get a little bit more experience, you get better and better and better. I expect the playoff jitters to wear off, hopefully on Friday, but maybe, next year or the year after that. And I think as this team continues to move, build the system, the guys get more comfortable, they get more experience, they're going to play much, much better.
I pulled a certain jersey, my only jersey, out of the closet, and it's number 34. Can you tell me who that player is?
Corliss Williamson.
Jason Thompson.
I was thinking JT. Yeah.
Oh, Jason Thompson?
I was thinking Jason Thompson. I actually met him here in Maui. Interesting dude. Never been to the playoffs.
I have no idea how good he was. I kind of lost track of the Kings. That was at the end of their run with Weber and all that.
Yeah,
I got busy with
the
other things.
record for most games in a Kings jersey at one point.
Or most minutes played, or
he might still have that record.
It was when I was full of hope.
Yeah,
that was when you were full of. Man, everybody should be full of hope now. I'm not saying necessarily for the rest of the series, but I think this is proof. The way that they've played Golden State in this series, this is proof that the Kings have a bright future, a very, very bright future.
Yeah.
No, I got to hope now.
Matthew, is
I just don't have money.
I know I've been pretty sad during this stream, and I'm upset and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's like we should all be happy that the Kings are where they are now. I mean, last year, Calvin and I were covering the playoffs on another channel because the Kings were eliminated. They weren't even close, So I think, we all need to just take a little step back and understand that, Rome was not built in a day. You got to build the foundation before you can build the house. And, the foundation's looking pretty good. So hopefully in the next year, 2, 3 years, we can start putting the studs up, maybe get some drywall on there, start patching some holes, and then eventually, we'll be able to put some paint. And then when we get that roof on there is really when we'll be ready to go. So I think the Kings have overachieved this season, but I am ecstatic with how far they've come in such a short time. And I'm excited for the future of this team for sure. But get a New Jersey,
or I'm
bro.
thinking maybe we could just win games 6 and 7 right now and go on to the second round. That would be nice.
Yeah, no studs. Just put some stucco on there and a roof.
Impossible thing to do.
Let it go, huh? I would love that.
Also, I want to see if you guys can get Bouncer to use the icon I made for him, because I spent some time and effort on that, and I sent it to you guys 2 weeks ago on multiple platforms.
You sent it to us?
I apologize, man. We have been, traveling. I was in Michigan. Barry and I were in California. We have been all over the place. So, but yeah, yes, we'll definitely try to get that set up for him.
You've seen it. You got it on Twitter, right?
Did you send it to us on Twitter?
Yes, I have seen it.
I have not seen it.
I sent it to Instagram and Twitter.
I have seen it.
All right, I will try my best.
We'll get it set up.
Bouncer is his own boss.
Thank you for doing that.
He does his own thing, but I will try my best to get him to use it as his icon. That would be really, really awesome.
I've been adding him in the chat too, trying to talk to him.
Okay.
Anyway.
Dude, Matthew, while we have you here, I just want to say how much I appreciate you, man. You've been really awesome. You've been so supportive of us here on the channel, and I just appreciate that. So thank you so much.
Well, I hope you're excited when you do see the icon, and I try to add some comments, because I think comments are useful for the algorithm too.
They are
Absolutely,
they 100%. Are, and we'll definitely take a look at that after the show here. But Matthew, do you have any predictions for Friday's game?
The funny thing is, I noticed Shaq making predictions, and every time he like predicts for us, it seems like we lose. So I don't know if I dare to make predictions, but I think we got a chance at Game 6. And I'm a person who's played a number of sports, and it just makes me more determined to like win, especially when you got like cocky people on the other side.
What sports did you play?
We talked a little bit about this. I played soccer when I was young. I did cross country and track a lot.
Okay.
And I also do a lot of other things. I roller skate. I throw frisbee, ultimate frisbee stuff.
Oh, nice. I played
stuff.
ultimate frisbee in college.
Love ultimate frisbee.
But I never played basketball. Like I couldn't. If you got me to play basketball, I would be terrible. Which is funny because I love watching it. So.
Hell yeah, that's awesome. Well, do you have any moments from your sports history that kind of align with tonight? Something that, the Kings or anybody watching can kind of take as some positives moving forward?
I got an interesting story I could try to make connect.
Let's hear it.
I had a long distance track race. In track, a lot of times, not a lot of people play the longer distances, run the longer distances, because they're there for the short stuff and maybe 2 miles, 3 mile run on the track. And I was leading the whole time because not many people were there. If a lot of people were there, I would not have been leading. But my friend passed me at the very end. And I guess, according to my parents at the time, there was a big audible sad gasp from the crowd when I finally got past. But my friend misread the lines on the track and thought it was over, and I Superman dove past him for the win. So if the Kings could just do that to the Warriors as they think the series is over, there you go.
Oh, that's a great comparison. I like it. So the Kings need a Superman through on Friday. Is that what you're saying?
Well, when the Warriors slow down because they think things are over. Yeah.
Yeah, I like it. And you won the race, huh?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
And of course, there was talk of rigging and all this other stuff afterwards, which there probably would be if the Kings won.
Did they drug test you after that race?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
That's
I'll
nice.
bite my tongue on that.
Yeah, I mean, as negative as I've been, because it's really hard to do these post games like right after a loss, because emotions and feelings are kind of all over the place. And I know you've been watching the show for a really long time, so you probably heard me say this in the past, but like a while ago, before I did this YouTube channel, like when the Kings would lose, like, and they lost a lot, I wouldn't even want to watch SportsCenter. I wouldn't want to talk to anybody about the game afterwards. Like I just would sit in my room with the lights off, like in my feelings, like trying to figure it out. And so it is really hard to do some of these post games. And as negative as I've been tonight, like I want to just like kind of re-push home the point that we're doing better. Like we've improved over last year. We're in a great position. Yes, I want the Kings to win on Friday, but if they don't win, like I'm still happy with what they did this season, and it gives us something to build off of for next year and push forward. I do want them to win on Friday. I want them to win on Sunday. I would love to make it to the next round of the playoffs and potentially face the Lakers or the Grizzlies. That would be absolutely incredible. But I kind of want all Kings fans out there to just not get too negative. You know, if the Kings do lose another game or whatever happens, like just be happy for where you're at right now, because we've been bad for so long, and there's finally like this team has a direction, right? Like we have a coaching staff, we have like a front office that actually knows what they're doing. We got players that want to be here in Sacramento. Like people are not calling us basketball hell anymore. Like there's a lot of positives to take from this season. So as negative as I might seem after some of these losses, because it really does hurt inside, like I'm still all positive. So I hope everybody feels the same way.
Yeah. Well, I I look at some of these other teams that kind of like overachieve initially, and then they fall back, like the Hawks or maybe the Bulls. And I'm like, I hope that's not us, you know.
Yeah. I mean, I think we did overachieve this year, but that's okay. I mean, we're still going in the right direction. So, I mean, if next year, like if we win one game or we get swept in the first round, I might be a little upset. But, you know, I'm looking towards the future because I'm feeling good about this team. We're in a good salary cap position. You know, we got a lot of bright young players. Obviously, De'Aaron's dealing with an injury. I don't think that's going to affect him next year, which is great. We saw what happened to Malik Monk tonight. As soon as that happened, I was like, oh, man, that's not looking good. He ends up getting up off the floor, leading the team in scoring in the rest of the quarter. So, like, I hope everyone's feeling as positive as I am, you know, going into Friday and going into the next couple seasons.
They sure felt like really big. It felt like every time Fox or Monk would drive, it'd be like 2 or 3 big guys leaning over him.
Yeah, definitely. You got any thoughts on Draymond Green?
You don't want to hear my thoughts on Draymond Green.
Oh,
yes, we do.
I
Yes, we
do.
Well, I mean, I got a cousin, and she's a Warriors fan, has been for a while, and I haven't been paying attention to what's going on since the Kings have been bad, and I've been busy with other things. So I haven't been as anti-Warriors as some people perhaps, and I'm just old school Lakers hater. But yeah, just the more we play them, the less I like Draymond Green. And, you know, I saw Looney make a pretty positive comment about, hey, we're just banging back and forth down there, you know. Sabonis isn't dirty or, you know, whatever. So, you know, I respect him a little bit more right now. I don't.
I think he's a great player. I like him a lot.
Yeah, I just wish he was like rebounding a little less. That would be nice.
Yeah, that definitely would be really nice. Have you talked to your cousin about the stomp? They're calling it the stomp heard around the world now.
I've seen some interesting like takes on that. God, what was it? I don't know. There were some memes on that. It was kind of funny, but no, I haven't talked to her yet because kind of like calm down a little bit.
Dude, I know exactly what she's going to say. I bet you she's going to say this word for word. She's going to say, yeah, but if Sabonis didn't grab his foot, that I've talked to like 1,000 Warriors fans. They all say the same exact thing, bro. I'm telling you, that's what she's going to say. I don't know if they have like this Warriors group chat or like some kind of like religious thing they got to go to that tells them all to say the same thing, but that's what she's going to say.
I think she's a little older and a little bit more measured, perhaps. So I think she'd take it easy.
I hope so. I really, really hope so. Well, dude, Matthew, appreciate you for coming on the show tonight. Appreciate all your support. You got any last words for the royal family out there?
I don't know. Thanks for having me. And yeah, I'll try in again another time now that I've finally got Twitter Spaces working. I'm not a big fan of these Elon Musk related platforms that seem to be rather janky, but
well, Elon didn't start Twitter Spaces. He's just in charge now. But yeah, I definitely feel you on that. It can be really, really buggy. But appreciate you so much, and hopefully we'll hear from you on Friday.
Yes, thank you.
All right, take it easy. I know you guys are working hard and multiple jobs and stuff.
We do what we got to do, man. The price it costs to live in Hawaii. But appreciate you, Matthew.
All right, thanks.
Oh, man, good to hear from. Always good to hear from the royal family out there.
Yeah.
Matthew,
number 53.
Longtime supporter. I guess now is a good time to break the news. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention or not, but hey, I'm leaving tomorrow. Calvin didn't even know, and I'm like, wait,
nope,
did I tell you?
No idea.
Did I not tell you? I don't know if it's
you probably did, but I just got back yesterday. I'm still jet lagged. It's what time is it for me right now? It's like
8 p.m.
3 in the morning.
No, it's 8 p.m. I could have not told you that. Like, I could have totally not told you on that. But anyways, I'm leaving tomorrow. I'm heading to Vegas. So Calvin's going to be here in the studio on Friday running the show. Of course, I'll be live on Twitter Spaces.
Sorry, you guys will have to look at my shitty-ass haircut by myself all day.
But I'll definitely be live on Twitter Spaces, so you guys will be hearing from me. And, hey, maybe I'll be having a lot of fun in Vegas. And, of course, if they win that game, next game would be Sunday, right?
Maybe.
Sunday, Monday,
I don't know.
Whatever. I'll be here, or I'll be live on Twitter Spaces on the show. Calvin's going to be running the show, but I'll be here. And then, dude, I set myself up for failure. I fly back. Here's the thing, Calvin, is I got to work at 9 a.m. on Tuesday. And I was looking at flights back, and it's like, if I was to fly back on Monday, I would have to leave at 7:30 a.m., which is so dumb. Like, I'm there to visit my dad. I want to spend the whole day with him. So instead, my flight leaves at 1:55 a.m. Tuesday morning. I get here at 7 a.m. Osh has got to pick me up at the airport, which is like an hour away, and then I start work at 9. So I set myself up for failure.
Yep. Yeah, that's going to be a fun day.
It's going to be a fun shift. I work with Philip, your boy. I worked with him.
Shout out to Philip.
I worked with him yesterday, and I told him all about it. I'm like, next Tuesday is going to be a lot of fun for you. So, hey, that should be a blast. But, Calvin, I want to talk a little bit more about Friday's game. Unless you have any more stuff you want to talk about tonight's game, any more Warriors hate, any of that stuff. Shout out to Steve Kerr. Big Steve Kerr fan. I like and hold on, real quick. You have a second?
Oh, yes, please.
Yeah,
go ahead.
real quick. I got to get a couple more things off.
I could see the light bulb come on there.
A couple more things to get off my chest.
I'm going to turn the air conditioning back on. It's kind of hot in here.
Yes, please. I like Steph Curry. I really do. I like Steph Curry. I like Kevon Looney. I like Steve Kerr. There's a lot of guys on this Warriors team I like.
Okay.
I don't like the fan base.
Okay.
Don't like Draymond Green.
Noted.
Klay Thompson is moving in that direction.
Yep.
Other than that, I'm cool.
That's it.
That's it. I thought I had a lot more to like blow out, and then I was just like, hold it back a little bit, just calm it down.
I thought you were about to go off on this really, really big tangent.
I can. You want me to rant about Warriors fans?
No, yeah, please.
They're the
I hope
worst,
we have
dude.
some left in the chat. I
They're
think most of them
so-
have all left. At
Well,
this
I
point,
turned it
but-
on for subscribers only, so now you have to be a
Oh,
subscriber
never mind.
to talk
Zero
in the chat.
Warriors fans in the chat.
Well, we saw a couple that subscribe, and they're like, I'm going to subscribe to Go Warriors, and then probably unsubscribe afterwards. F them. We don't really care about them.
No, go ahead, preach.
But, I mean, Warriors, what's their mascot?
I don't know what their mascot is.
Red Panda? Is that their mascot?
Yeah, Red Panda is the official Warriors mascot, and I love Red Panda. So
I like Red Panda too, but worst fan base ever, man. It's so bad. Like, I'm trying to like go back, you know, because like I've been a basketball fan for a long time, right? So like I saw this whole thing coming. I saw the up and up of the Warriors, where everyone, you know, was doubting them, and they were the comeback kid, you know, like new kid on the block. I'm gonna win a series, all this.
you weren't one of those guys that was like Monte Ellis is way better than Steph Curry will ever be.
No,
blah, blah, blah.
no. I was like, they did the right thing in trading for Bogut. But it just seemed like every year it's like, that's weird. This year, everybody's injured except for the Warriors. Warriors got another easy round of the playoffs.
This is not an easy road to the finals.
I have not said that yet, Calvin. I'm just saying, it seemed like in the past, everyone was like, easy road to the playoffs. Like, oh, everybody's injured except for the Warriors. And then one year, the Warriors got injured in the finals, and they lost to the Raptors because 2 of their 4 superstars were out. They still had 2 superstars on the court.
Hard to win.
Wasn't enough to do it.
Yep.
They had 2 superstars and a finals MVP on the court. Couldn't do it. Anyways, I just like I was really happy to see them win last year. Like I was like, wow, this is great. You know, I saw like what Klay went through. I saw Curry. And dude, everyone that's like, oh, Steph Curry is the only superstar in this team and everybody else is a bunch of role players. Well, look what Steph Curry did without Klay Thompson. Nothing. They need each other. It's a team sport. That's what people don't understand. That's the thing that frustrates me so much when everyone just tries to talk about, oh, blah, blah, blah's the greatest and championships this and that. And I'm like, it's a team sport. It takes a team to win a championship. The Golden State Warriors are a good basketball team. They have a lot of really good basketball players. But it's this last title, man, it seems like their mindset changed since they got that 4th ring. Like,
yeah, absolutely.
And it's been all downhill for me since then. Like, it seems like their head got too big. Yes, the Klay Thompson Grizzlies drama earlier in the season, I was kind of like, I'm not really big on the Grizzlies. Like, I did like Ja Morant. I like Jaren Jackson a lot. I like Steven Adams. Don't like Dylan Brooks. I mean, dude, I could give you a list of, like, every team, like, players I dislike and like if you really want. But, like, it just – their head's too big, bro. Their head is too big. And then the Jordan Poole incident was the craziest thing for me where, like, Draymond Green literally assaults. Like, you do that anywhere else in the world, you're going to jail. Like, you're in jail. You, like, knock somebody out. And they're just like, oh, no problem. Draymond's like, oh, I'm going to take a couple days off practice. The Warriors don't do anything. They're like, oh, we're going to let Draymond punish himself. Can you imagine if the Sixers did that with Allen Iverson? Allen Iverson's like, no worries. You want me to take a week off practice? No worries. I'm fine. I'll handle it. I don't think they're ever going to win a championship ever again because of that situation. And now I did see Draymond dap up Jordan Poole in this game tonight. And
he's done that in many games.
You know what they say, winning cures everything. So maybe
it does
that's
cure a lot
helping.
of things. Does cure a lot of things.
Dude, I don't like the Warriors anymore. I'm not a Warriors fan.
I mean, that's what happens when you win.
I have a picture of Steph Curry and Klay Thompson.
I do know that.
On my wall.
Yes.
It's an autograph picture next to an autograph Steph Curry and Klay Thompson basketball. You know where that picture is right now, Calvin?
In the trash?
I wish. It's behind the couch in the corner facing the wall. I put it there 3 days ago because I was walking around my house one day. It was when they tied the series 2-2.
Yeah.
I was walking around my house, and I was looking at this poster, and I'm
You're
like,
who the fuck are these guys, and why are they in my house?
Yeah. So they're out of there. Maybe they'll go up in a couple weeks. I don't know. Depends on how long I'm angry at them. But, I mean, I get it, bro. I didn't like Kobe. When he retired, I respected
everyone
him
hated
for his
everyone
game.
hates the Lakers always.
I respected him for his game. But when he retired, I appreciated him a little bit more. You know, and, like, I get everyone hates the team that's always winning. But you know why we hate the team that always wins? It's because their fans are annoying as fuck, Calvin.
It's because of the Dark Knight.
Yeah.
You either die a hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
I wish the Warriors would have died a hero. That's all I'm saying. And maybe that's why Kawhi left the Raptors, because he didn't want to die the hero. He wanted to leave the villain, and then now he doesn't even
he's
play.
the villain now because he never plays.
Yeah, he never plays. Never plays, which is crazy. But yeah, like Jose says, I hate Warriors fans more than the Warriors team. And that's the thing is it's like I very, very dislike Draymond Green. I'll even say the H word. I hate Draymond Green. And I don't say that for a lie. I don't really hate anybody. But Warriors fans, it's like the craziest thing about it, Calvin, is like you talk to them, they feel like they are the reason the Warriors are good. You know?
It's not the first time.
And it's like,
ask any Seattle Seahawks fan.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, we did this, we that. I'm like, wait a second. Can I see your jersey? Or like, how is it in the locker room? And they're like, I've never been in the locker room. I'm like, what do you mean? I thought you said we. So, like, do you have any advice, any tips? I mean, Calvin, maybe you're not a good person to ask for this. Just like me, both of our teams have sucked forever, right? Like, we get one title and we're just, like, ecstatic.
Yeah,
but
of course.
Do you have any words of advice for, like, teams, fans that, like, all of a sudden they're good and then they're, like, riding it? Like, how can they, like, not just, like, let their heads just, like, get huge?
No, I don't have any advice for people like that. I mean, look, I think no matter how much you are a fan of your team or whatever, like I'm as big a fan as anybody else, but I always have felt like I can look at stuff pretty objectively when it comes to sports and when it comes to specific games. So that's not an easy thing to do for the general fan. And when your team wins a lot or most of the time or whatever, then, you know, you just feed into everything that everyone else says. Steph Curry's the greatest basketball player of all time. Draymond Green's the greatest defender of all time.
Dude, remember at the beginning of the year, this girl was telling me Draymond was a better basketball player than LeBron James. Yeah. You remember that?
Yeah. So there is no advice that you can give to people like you're asking for the general population to all of a sudden become more self-aware overnight. That ain't never going to happen.
Here's my thing. There's a very, very famous phrase, and I'm sure you've all heard it before. It's act like you've been there before, right?
Not a very easy thing for most people to do.
It's not, but it's like you think like, oh, you won 4 championships.
And we're talking about people that sit and drink beer on the couch while the game's being played, not people that actually play.
Yell at the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like, you've been there before. You won 4 championships. If you're a real fan, you probably... Dude, most Warriors fans probably came in at like championship number 3, right? Where they're like, oh, we won the back-to-back champ, or like, not back-to-back, but like we're 2-time champs. We're going to win another one, you know? And so in their life, in their fandom life, they've won 2 championships. They don't feel like they've really been there before. But most Warriors fans, what they should be doing is they should be like, and I do have Game 5 PTSD progressive G. That rhymes. I'm a poet, and I didn't even know it. Anyways, Warriors fans, like, you just gotta like just shut up, bro. That's what it is. Just shut up.
You're gonna have to beat them.
Enjoy.
That's how you shut them up.
Enjoy everything you've accomplished. Just shut the fuck up, and just
gonna have to beat them.
Why do you have to talk if you already won? That's what I'm saying.
That's what a fan gets to do.
Yeah.
So
you're just gonna let them be assholes. Then what do we do, Calvin? What do? We just our team sucks. Our team loses, so then we just
our team doesn't suck.
Well, I know, but like if this team always wins and we always lose, we just like let them talk. Is that how it goes?
I mean, you're asking me to give you some ultimatum on something that you can't really give an ultimatum for.
I got a lot of pissed off people here in the chat, Calvin.
Well, of course, we're all pissed off, and Warriors fans suck. That's the case. But look, you got to beat them. Then you can tell them they really suck to their face, and they aren't going to say anything back, because what are you going to say
Calvin,
at that
we
point?
can't beat them.
What do you mean we can't beat? That's part of the problem. They still got a chance.
I'm the problem.
They still got a chance to win.
Okay.
The series isn't over.
Good night, Gotham. Yeah, that's a good point, Calvin.
It's not over.
It's not over. It's not over.
You got to win 4 games.
And they've won how many?
They've won 3.
And I think there was a certain time in history they were up, 3-1 or something? What happened then?
They were up 3-1 in the NBA Finals, and they fucking lost because Draymond Green went psycho. Maybe he'll go psycho in Game 6 and kick somebody else, and he'll kick Tony Brothers in the nuts.
No way, dude. That's his boy. That is his boy, dude. No way Tony Brothers is still here.
And yes, they got to rebound. They got to take care of the ball. They have to do all of that stuff. I mean, but they know that. Like, we're not saying anything new. This is not breaking news. Oh, the Kings have to rebound. Oh, the Kings have to take care of the ball. They better make some threes. Like, it's not like I could call Mike Brown and be like, hey, Mike, you know why you guys lost the game tonight? He knows why.
Why, Calvin?
They didn't execute in late game situations. They gave up too many offensive rebounds. It's the same thing always.
And De'Aaron Fox took 2 and he should have taken 4?
Took 2 and he should have taken 4?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Yeah, pain medicine.
Oh. Progressive G, that is not the answer. They've been shooting threes all season long. They've been one of the better teams in the league at it. If you all of a sudden stop shooting threes, you are not going to win this game or win the series. You have to take open shots when they're good shots within the offense.
This is one of my...
You got to make them. You got to make shots.
Favorite comments here ever on the channel. Calvin just lives his life by the day, full of childlike joy and wonder.
Oh, Matthew, you don't know me very well.
No, that's
And
spot on,
Progressive
dude.
G, that is not true, man. They're not going to get shots at the rim if they don't take open threes and make them. The Warriors are literally begging them to take threes right now and walling them off in the paint, which I realize you're going to say that, yes, they've been atrocious, but they're one of the better three-point shooting teams in the league. And every team in the NBA takes three-point shots. They are not going to beat this team if they go into Game 6 and say, guys, we are not taking any more threes. That is absolutely the worst possible thing they could do. I'm sorry. Now I'm a little pissed off, Matthew. You should be happy.
No, I mean, shout out to Asha. Yeah, Kings made the playoffs.
They have to hit threes to win this game. They have to hit threes to win the series. They're going to have to hit threes to win the championship. And every team in the NBA is going to be in that same boat. It sucks that they've been in a slump, but
Take less. He says take less.
how many did they attempt today?
I don't think they need to take less. They just need to make them.
34 threes is middle of the league for 3-point shots attempted per game in the NBA. That would be like 13th or 14th in the NBA.
Jordan Poole went 1 for 6.
I know, bro, but that's why. Look, they're not hitting shots, but that doesn't mean that you don't take open threes.
Yeah.
That's the worst possible thing that they could do is not take an open three because they're saying, oh, well, Kevin, you haven't hit shit in this series, so if you're wide open from three, don't take it. Just pass the ball.
No, Calvin, I mean, dude, we've seen moments in this series where the Kings have passed up open threes and tried to get to the paint, and they've just got denied, or they turn the ball over and they fall right into what the Warriors want them to do. You need to take the open shots when they're there. You got to trust your shooters. I mean, these are guys that have done their thing all season long.
Absolutely.
You can't just change the game plan. And the worst thing you can do is not take threes, because then everyone's just going to be stuck in the fucking middle, dude, and they're all just going to be bouncing
100%.
into each other.
And Progressive G, I really don't think they've taken a ton of bad threes. I mean, every team settles for bad shots throughout the course of a game.
Yeah.
When you look at this series as a whole, I don't think the Kings have taken that many bad shots.
Progressive G, I got some homework for you. Rewatch any game that Steph Curry plays in and tell me how many bad threes he takes.
Oh, that's not a fair comparison. They do need to attack the rim and get to the line, and they've done that in every game. They haven't always gotten the foul calls, though. Yes, you would love for them to get to the rim more, but the middle of these, exactly, that's Steph.
Matthew says the NBA needs to give us a bigger rim. I totally agree.
That would be great. That'd be
Just
great.
in Sacramento.
That would be great.
See, the problem is then we switch. We switch. So then that would be a bigger rim for them. Or did they switch the rim when they switch?
Yeah, they switched the rim.
Yeah, that'd be really, really nice. Yeah, Matthew, Steph was terrible from three in this game and for much of the series. But you talk to any Warriors fan, and he's better than Michael Jordan. So, yeah, there that is. Anyways, Calvin, I think we're coming here to the end of the show. Want to appreciate everybody for watching. Thank you all so much. Like I said, I'm not going to be in the studio on Friday, but Calvin will be here.
They do attack, bro.
I will be live.
You gotta watch,
I'll
man.
be live
they definitely
on Twitter
attack.
Spaces. We'll be here having a great time. But Calvin, I guess give me a little preview of Friday's game.
Friday's game is going to be the same as every game has been in this series. It's going to be up and down, frenetic pace. Every possession is going to be extremely important. You got to take care of the ball. You have to box out. All of these things are true. I mean, it would be great to get to the free throw line more. The Kings attempted 7 more free throws in this game, by the way, than the Warriors did. 7 more. And the Warriors missed 7 of their own free throws in this game. So, yes, they have to value the ball. They have to value possessions. It would be great to hit some outside shots. Be really nice for Kevin Huerter to get going. I think Keegan Murray's got to stay aggressive like he has these past 2 games.
Yep.
The Fox injury is going to be a really interesting thing to watch. And then Sabonis inside, I thought he was better today at trying to attack and be more deliberate early on when he gets the ball and not wait for the Warriors defense. to see what's going to happen out there, because that is exactly what the Warriors want him to do.
Exactly.
But I think it's going to come down to the fourth quarter again, and it's going to be a question of, can you come up with big stops? Can you get the rebound, and can you execute on offense and take care of the ball? The margin of difference between these two teams is really not that much.
Which is not bad considering the Golden State Warriors are reigning champs. But, hey, for me, Davion needs to play a little bit better. You could tell he was frustrated tonight. I know he wanted to score more than 10 points. He wanted to be that replacement for Fox. Maybe he will play a little bit better on Friday night. But for me, the story is going to be down to turnovers for me. Whoever turns the ball over less, I think, is going to win the game on Friday. I think that's the most important thing for the Kings to really, really worry on, is just, dude, cut out those stupid turnovers. There's a lot of really, really bad turnovers in the game, just miscommunications, stuff like that. So hopefully they can figure that out and the Kings can win on Friday. But anyways, thank you all so much for watching tonight. Please don't forget to smash up that like button, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you all on Friday. In the meantime, go Kings.